Kia ora. Dear friends, ladies and gentlemen, it's really my great pleasure to attend today's event hosted by New Zealand China Friendly Society. I'd like to express my heartfelt appreciation to Mr. Michael Hartfeld for your timely efforts in making this event possible. This event is of special significance as it is held at a time when more and more people of reasoning and conscience in the world are increasingly concerned about a pending new Cold War against China, launched by certain irresponsible powers. This danger has also brought negative impact on New Zealand's ties with China. Just now, John McKinnon and Mr. David Ma Hong先生 put forward some very constructive and insightful advices on how to overcome the overarching challenges our two countries and the bilateral relationship are currently faced with. I applaud your valuable suggestion and your contribution to the further growth of China-New Zealand relationship. I hope the suggestion you just put forward and also the good opinions my friends here expressed can be passed to the highest level of this country. Having been posted in Auckland for nearly 2 years, I feel proud of the records that China and New Zealand, although different in size, history, culture, and the social system, have broken in the history of expanding our mutually beneficial ties. As today's world is still rattled with the COVID-19 pandemic, our two countries should take advantage of both being successful in the prevention of domestic spread of the virus so as to explore new areas of cooperation. Among this cooperation, health, quality food, e-commerce, aged care can be areas of huge potential and prospects. And the Southern Link under the Belt and Road Initiative has opened broader space for our two countries to cooperate in the area of putting forward more pragmatic cooperation and especially in ensuring the stability of global supply chain. Ladies and gentlemen, what I wish to stress here is that the smooth development of bilateral relations is always based on mutual trust. China pursues an independent foreign policy of peace and is dedicated to building a community of shared future for humankind. China firmly upholds the principle of sovereignty and non-interference in each other's internal affairs. And I can assure you, in New Zealand, China will not pursue a policy of interfering in New Zealand's internal affairs. In this regard, the national security legislation for Hong Kong SAR, just mentioned by the distinguished guest and the audience, is purely within China's sovereignty. This legislation is aimed at plugging legal loopholes in maintaining national security in the region. As you may know that after Hong Kong's return to the motherland, relevant laws and the regulations on maintaining the UK's national security including punishing such crimes as treason, were terminated or no longer applicable. According to the basic law in Hong Kong, similar legislation to maintain national security of China should be put in place. However, due to the disruptive and preventive actions by certain internal and external forces, Hong Kong has failed to do so with the elapse of 23 years, which has resulted in the serious social turbulence and chaos over the last year, severely undermining the national security in Hong Kong. Enacting national security law is a common international practice, just as my friends mentioned. In the US, they have passed more than 20 laws and regulations with regard to national security, including even death penalty. And in the Hong Kong national security law, there's no death penalty. Actually, the Hong Kong national security law only holds accountable a very small minority of criminals who put national security in serious jeopardy. Neither does it impact the judicial independence or the high degree of autonomy of Hong Kong, nor the rights and the freedom of Hong Kong residents, nor the legitimate rights and interests of foreign nationals in Hong Kong. It is out of the above consideration that China has expressed its resolute opposition to New Zealand's suspension of the extradition treaty with Hong Kong. In essence, the extradition treaty is in the mutual interests of both Hong Kong and New Zealand. Of course, each party can suspend or terminate the treaty at any time. What China opposes is New Zealand using Hong Kong national security legislation as an excuse to interfere in China's internal affairs. We think this goes against the international law and the basic norms governing international relations, and this also harms the mutual trust that is very important and is a key to further smooth development of our excellent bilateral relations. And this relationship is in the common interest of our two countries and the peoples. So by saying that, I would like to take this opportunity to call upon friends of New Zealand from all walks of life to join hands to make more strenuous efforts in strengthening mutual respect, trust, so as to have a healthy win-win cooperation for the benefit of our two peoples. Just now, a lot of friends mentioned the theme of tonight, that is dilemma for New Zealand. I don't think China is a dilemma choice or is a difficult choice for New Zealand to choose. Actually, China, as the largest trading partner and the largest source of tourism and second largest sources of students to New Zealand, has poses as an opportunity rather than a dilemma to New Zealand. So I hope if our two sides, if all the friends here and in the country and the friends from around the world can join hands and to overcome the barriers in our mindset and to make pragmatic efforts, I'm sure we can have a better future for our two countries. Thank you.